On Tuesday, the local district attorney said Donna Jackson will not be charged with a crime. We want to talk more about this case with CBS News legal analyst Lisa Bloom. Lisa, good morning.
Good morning.
It's a pretty clear-cut case, it seems, at least listening to the tape. The dispatcher on the phone says, ma'am, you have a legal right to defend your home. Is it that clear-cut in all 50 states?
Not in all 50 states, but in Oklahoma, Texas, and states that subscribe to the castle doctrine. A person's home is their castle. They have the right to defend it. When an intruder is coming in, they have the right to defend their home by shooting, even shooting to kill. So the dispatcher was absolutely right in the legal assessment in Oklahoma.
And do you think, this is a little out of the box question, that most dispatchers on 911 are prepared to hand out this kind of life and death legal advice in a moment's notice? It's very dramatic stuff.
They probably are, Harry. You know, I've heard so many 911 calls over the years, and I'm sure you have as well. I'm always blown away by the professionalism, the calmness of those 911 operators. They are trained to deal with emergencies. They remain calm. They're always telling the caller that help is on the way. In this case, the call lasted 10 minutes, and the police still were not there because it was a rural area. And the dispatcher was correct, after all, in their assessment of the law. This woman had to shoot to kill to defend herself.
Right. This is very different, though, it seems to me, from the story of Joe Horn. Remember that one from a couple of years ago outside of Houston? There's a guy calls up and he says there's somebody breaking in to look like they're breaking into the next door neighbor's house. And the 911 dispatcher said, don't go after him, don't do this. He pursued them as they were running away, shot them dead. He was never charged with anything.
Yes, that was a much more controversial application of the castle doctrine. I don't expect this one to be controversial at all because he shot two men in the back as they were trying to flee, and those men were intruders in his neighbor's home, not in his home. Nevertheless, he was not prosecuted in Texas for shooting and killing those two men.
How careful do you need to be when making a determination that you're going to take the law into your own hands in your own home?
Well, anytime there is a shooting, it's going to be investigated by law enforcement, and the shooter is facing potential homicide charges. Self-defense, of course, applies in all 50 states. The question is just, what is the definition of self-defense? In some places, the shooter has a duty to retreat. That is, you've got to try to get the heck out of there and not take human life. In other states, you have the right to stay, especially if it's your own home, and defend yourself. Generally, the rule is there has to be an imminent threat to your own life if you're going to take out a gun and shoot to kill someone or the life of another.
Lisa Bloom, thank you so much. Do appreciate it.
Thanks, Harry.